Hey guys, Shadney back with another process video. In today's layout, I am using all those fun goodies that I got from A Cherry on Top Crafts to act as their guest designer for September. So today's photo, we have a pumpkin spice frappuccino because we all know pumpkin spice is the most amazing thing in the entire world, and it is the only time of year that makes us happy. If you are not one of those people, I'm sorry, but this is going to be all out pumpkin spice, everything, all about the pumpkins and the spice, this layout. So the first thing I did was I pulled out that yellow tone-on-tone polka dotted paper, and I'm going to use that as my background. And then that wood grain that we tore for the first page, the first layout, I went ahead and adhered that down the center of the page, not quite centered, but kind of off to the left a little bit. We're going to do a nice diagonal line for this layout from the top left to the bottom right. I love a good diagonal sprinkly layout, so it's going to be lots of fun. This one I don't believe has any, no, it doesn't have any journaling at all, which is totally fine. It's pumpkin spice frappuccino. Like, what do you need to say? It's delicious. That's it. There wasn't a story or anything. It's just delicious. So before I got started, I went through the entire Simple Stories Stay Cozy collection that I got from A Cherry on Top, and I pulled out literally almost every single thing that was pumpkin spice and or pumpkin related. Or in lots of little phrase strips, that autumn leaves and pumpkins please, hello pumpkin, oh my gourd, I thought that was hysterical. Happy pumpkin spice season, it's pumpkin time, pumpkin spice and everything nice, all of those pieces I pulled out and stuck on wax paper bits so we can move them around and decide what we want. The first thing I did was cut a strip and did a border punch, the notebook border punch down the edge, and tucked it under that wood grain paper. And then I added some stitching just for a little extra detail and some security to hold that down along the edge there. And then I cut out a tag from the cut apart sheet, and I went ahead and punched a hole and added some orange baker's twine from my own stash because we cannot have naked holes on our tags. It is very bothersome, so we have to cover up all the holes. Or fill them or something. That's inappropriate. Sorry, we're getting on a tangent. So now I've taken this cut apart sheet from the 6x8 paper pad, and because this is a repeat from the large paper and there's 2 sheets of it in the paper pad, and I don't particularly like the paper on the back side, I just cut it apart and am using it for layering behind my photo. All the colors I'm using for this one are pretty much that orange, the peachy pink color, and that kind of burgundy brown color. Also with a little bit of the yellow mixed in, just because I love yellow, so y'all know that. So I am just adding all these fun layers behind the photo. This just a little bit, and I'm doing them just kind of off kilter, just a little bit wonky. And because those cut apart cards are about the same size as the photo, they are kind of off to either side so that you only really see 2 edges of each paper, which is totally fine. You still get that layered-y kind of feeling and all those colors mixed in. I did go ahead and add some fun foam behind the photo there, and then I'm adding some Nuvo glue to the baker's twine and the tag to adhere my photo down. So now I can move that around the page as one solid piece, and we don't have to worry about that anymore. So now I'm at the point where I'm trying to decide where I go from here. And I don't know where to even begin because I have all these fun embellishments, and I know I want to do a big, sprinkly, crazy diagonal edge, but I don't even know where to begin to start to do that. So the first thing I do is I pull out this sticker. I did pull out several stickers from the sticker book, and those pieces I am adhering down to white cardstock and fussy cutting them, and so I can use them kind of more like die cuts, just because of the placement I'm going to put them, but also so I can kind of move them around without having them stuck down permanently yet before I'm ready. So this I'm going to layer over the bottom of the photo and do kind of a nice little tucky layered embellishment cluster right there to the left of the photo, the bottom left corner. We'll add all sorts of fun things over there. And then I added this cute little fox because there's actually a lot of foxes in this collection. I mean, he's pretty much the same, but there's a good amount of them. So why not add them to all the fun fall photos? He's just super cute, and he's facing the perfect way so that it looks like he's looking over at the little, at the drink. So I thought that was super cute. Anytime you have an embellishment like that, I do try to make them face towards the photo or towards the center of the page, if that makes sense. And then I just adhered him straight onto the photo. I mean, I fussy cut him out on white cardstock and then adhered him down to the photo. And then that first piece I cut that has the little floral bits and says pumpkin spice and everything nice, I added some Stampin' Dimensionals behind to pop it up just a tiny bit from the photo. So now I'm pulling out what I want to use as the title, that pumpkin spice. No, right now it says spice pumpkin. I will eventually, after I adhere it down, realize what I did and I'll move it. But for right now, the spice pumpkin, You're Loved, is the title. The You're Loved is from that gold thickers collection, and the spice pumpkin spice is from the sticker sheet from Simple Stories Stay Cozy collection. I just thought that was kind of a funny little title. It was super cute. And so the reason I want to do this kind of over the top embellished all over the page kind of diagonal is because whenever you have a lot of icons or items in a collection that are very themed, that are not a theme that you would use very often, like birthday or hearts or stars or stuff like that, I feel like the easiest thing to do and the most fun thing to do, oh, this is where I realize, oh yeah, okay, wrong order, but I wanted it to fit together, so I did kind of leave a space right there, and I'll fill that with a pumpkin. So don't worry, it won't go empty. It won't be a little trapped white space. So what was I saying? Oh, whenever you are overwhelmed with a lot of embellishments and pieces from a collection that are not things you would use often, I've found the best rule of thumb to do is to just go ahead and overwhelm the page with all of those embellishments. So in this case, I'm not going to do a lot of pumpkin spice themed scrapbooking, and it was just kind of a random happenstance that I even had this photo. I don't know why I even took this photo because it was in the car right after I got the drink. So, but I did just happen to have this photo, so it was perfect. And so I went ahead and pulled out literally everything from this collection that says pumpkin spice on it. I didn't use all the pumpkins because I can use pumpkins for other things, other photos I want to scrap, but I did use some of the pumpkins, but mostly all the pumpkin spice. And I just don't foresee myself using those items on another layout, so we're gonna go ahead and just have fun and just overload this layout with all the pumpkin spice embellishments. And I feel like when you do that in a organized fashion like this is going to be, it's not yet, but it will be kind of an organized diagonal line. It doesn't look like a sticker sneeze where you're just getting things on the page just to put them on the page. So it looks more like a specific design choice. So that is what we are doing today. We are making the specific design choice to overload this layout with all the pumpkin spice. So now I've pulled out several of these little circle pieces they're all stickers. Most of them are from the sticker book, and one is from the cardstock sticker sheet. Oh, sorry. But they are all these little round circles, and I'm using those kind of to tie my clusters along. In the beginning, before I realized this is that I was going to do a big diagonal like this, I was going to just do like 3 embellishment clusters and use those as kind of the tie together for the 3 clusters, that it kind of would keep your eye moving because you'd look at those 3 different pieces. But since we are going to do all the bits all over the place, and we're going to go ahead and do a diagonal layer like this, I do just kind of spread them out across the diagonal there, and not in like a straight line, but kind of a little bit off. And then I'm going to start at the top with these little, it's a word phrase strip from the sticker book, and it said it's pumpkin spice and sweater weather kind of day, or it's a pumpkin spice and sweater weather kind of day, which actually today is a very pumpkin spice and sweater weather kind of day. It's like the first like really fall feeling kind of day, which is amazing. And anyways, sorry, tangent. Back to the layout. So I just started in that top left corner, and I'm just going to start adding those embellishments and pulling them down towards the bottom. Right here is where I start really trying to decide exactly how I'm going to do this. And the way I started is from the bottom, working up towards the photo, just to kind of keep it in the right direction, like moving in the right direction and not kind of going off and veering off to the left or to the right or top or bottom or whatever. And I'm just working my way up. I am using mostly the little phrase strips. I was reading some off earlier, and I tried to get a good variety of the off-white ones, the brown ones, and the peachy pink colored ones, so that they are sprinkled throughout, and they are I'm trying to make sure they are spread out so that they're not all like a bunch of pink and then a bunch of brown and then a bunch of white. Try to keep them kind of all intertwined together, and I feel like that will help keep the layout, your eye moving across the layout. I also pulled out all these little pumpkin spice cups. There was one in the chipboard. One is chipboard from the Brad pack. I didn't have the actual chipboard set, but the Brad pack came with a few pieces of chipboard, which I really, really like. I thought that was a really cool new thing, rather than the little weird paper pieces with the brads in them. I don't like that. But the chipboard pieces were awesome. There's one in the chipboard, one in the puffy stickers, and one on the cardstock sticker sheet. So those are the 3 little coffee cups that I will bring in, and they all have little pumpkin, like a pumpkin, and then it says spice on it, which is super cute. And then this pumpkin spice, the orange pumpkin spice sticker, is the only one from the cardstock sticker sheet, and so it's a little bit thicker. The other ones are from the sticker book, which are like thinner, more like paper weight stickers, like thick washi tape kind of. But the cardstock one, I did go ahead and used mini Stampin' Dimensionals to adhere that down, just to give it a little pop of dimension and texture. I am trying to add fun little places for little sprinkly bits and icons and all the fun little things in between all the letters, not only just to fill in some of the gaps, but also just to keep a variety and a visual like interest throughout. And I thought that was just super fun. And then, oh, I'm getting confused because I'm trying to put that September sticker somewhere. There we go. And yeah, so that's about it. I just keep going on from here. I really, really love how this turns out. just all the sprinkly bits. I really love it. And I don't add the splattering yet. I do add splattering in a minute. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. I made this layout last week and I just haven't had time to voice over yet. So I am trying to remember what exactly I did. I went ahead and pulled in some of those wooden buttons into the different clusters. There was like a perfect little tucking spot in that cluster with the fox and the coffee cup. It was amazingly perfect. So of course I had to add a little button in there. And then I'm trying to find places for the other buttons, and I want to keep them kind of sprinkled throughout the page instead of all together in one area, just because it will keep your eye moving. That's kind of the whole theme for this entire page, is keep your eye moving, I guess. So right now what I'm doing is I pulled out some of the little leaf brads. These are not from that collection, but they work perfectly. The colors are like exact. And this brown colored leaf is that perfect like burgundy brown, which is amazing. It's surprising that you can get the same exact color in completely different sets. So I did just go through and with a pencil mark where I wanted those brads, and then went back with that awl and poked holes through the paper. If you don't know what the awl is, it's spelled AWL. And it is literally just a big stabby thing. It's like a skinny ice pick, kind of, if that makes sense for crafting. And it's perfect for poking holes for brads. I ordered several, like a big pack of them, from AliExpress, I think. For a couple dollars, I got like 10 awls. So, because in my experience, I always lose them, or I dent the end, like drop it on the ground and it dents the end, so it's not super pokey anymore. So I figured a big multi-pack would be great for me. The next thing I'm adding are just some of these yellow enamel dots, and they're just kind of tying in that yellow from the background and the little bits of yellow in the paper and the stickers to the left of the photo. Just kind of carrying that yellow across. And again, it's just another like random bit to keep your eye moving across the page, as well as adding just that pop of color and some texture. And then I do also add the little wooden butterflies because they're my absolute favorite. I love teeny tiny things, especially tiny wood veneer pieces. And I'm really excited. If you missed my video yesterday, I'm starting to sell wood veneer pieces in my Etsy shop. We got a really cool laser cutter last week. Finally took the plunge and just ordered it. And so I have all sorts of wood veneer pieces in my shop, but I am going to be cutting all the teeny tiny wood veneer pieces because these are the cutest, teeniest, tiniest butterflies in the entire world. So tiny wood veneer is my new favorite thing, just letting you know. The next thing I do is pull out this, I think it's melted chocolate, or it's something like that. The Dilutions glimmer spray, or shimmer spray. It's called shimmer spray. And just sprinkled that across the diagonal. I kind of wish I would have done it before adding all the fun stuff, but I didn't really get it overlap too much or anything on any pieces or the photo or anything like that, so I can't get too upset about that. And then I think my final touch here is just to add some sequins. I pulled out this pink sequin mix that I ordered from A Cherry on Top, and it's got several different colors of pink sequins in it, but there are teeny tiny matte finished pale, like that peachy pink color, tiny little sequins. So that's what I'm adding here, and then that's it for this layout. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this layout, please hit like, leave me a comment and let me know how you feel about the over the top embellishing, adding all the things to your layout whenever it's a weird icon like that. I would love to know how you feel about that, or ways you use weird icons that you can't usually use. If you have like some tips or anything like that, I would love to know that. And then hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos, and head down to the description to get the link to a cherry on top for all these fun items and order all sorts of cool stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day and happy scrapping. Bye.